Think about your favorite Japanese anime, your sushi place down the street, that dream of yours to visit Tokyo. Now imagine this. The very people who created all that are vanishing. But why? Simply put, the land of the rising sun is running out of people. They call it Japan's demographic time bomb, but it's less of an explosion and more of a slow, polite fade out. But don't worry, today we're breaking down exactly why Japan is dying out, what desperate moves the government is trying, from robot caregivers to baby subsidies, and whether it's already too late. By the end of this video, you'll know if Japan still has a future, or if you should book that trip while there's still a Japan to visit. So watch till the end, drop your thoughts in the comments, because maybe, just maybe, you'll come up with the one idea that could actually save a nation. Let's start with the math. Japan isn't just shrinking, it's evaporating. Take a look. In 2025, the population sits around 123 million. By 2050, that number is projected to fall below 100 million. By 2100, maybe 70 million, if anyone's still counting. And now, maybe you're thinking, that doesn't sound that much. Well, think again, because right this very moment, every year, Japan loses about 800,000 people. To make that visual for you, that's like deleting a city the size of Frankfurt on repeat. That isn't slow decline, it's more like a polite collapse, Japan style, evaporating while bowing deeply. And it's not just fewer babies, it's too many birthdays. Nearly 30% of the population is over 65. The median age is 49.8 years. Now compare that to the youngest nations on Earth. Niger, 15 years. Uganda, 16.7 years. Mali, 16.9 years. 3 countries where half the population hasn't even finished high school yet. And in Japan, half are thinking about retirement. That means Japan's economy is powered by a workforce that should be halfway into retirement. Now you might be thinking, all right, but this didn't happen overnight. Why doesn't Japan just fix it? Here's the paradox. Japan doesn't really want to change that. Immigration? Not exactly on the wish list. Just look at the overcrowded and dirty streets in beautiful Kyoto, and you know the answer. Look at the numbers. Despite record tourism in 2024 and 2025, immigrants still make up only 1 to 2% of the population. And what about the natural way to grow the population? Dating and marriage. No time, no energy. Most people are emotionally bankrupt after work. And when loneliness hits, you can literally rent a boyfriend or girlfriend for a few hours. Yes, that's a real business model. And kids, that's another hard pass. Expensive, exhausting, and honestly, most people are too tired from work to even try. The result? A country that's slowly becoming a luxury nursing home with bullet trains. And it's not just economics. When an entire generation disappears, so does the energy that drives culture. The artists, engineers, dreamers, the same people who built Japan's anime, tech, and fashion are now building retirement robots to take care of themselves. Japan's time bomb isn't ticking toward chaos, it's ticking toward silence. So, why is Japan running out of people? It's not like they forgot how to make them. Here are the 7 main reasons Japan's population is shrinking, and they only get darker from here. Let's start with the obvious one, time, or rather, the lack of it. Maybe you've heard about Japan's brutal work culture and what it does to the average salaryman, or as I like to call him, the modern corporate slave. If not, I've made an entire video about that poor soul, the Japanese salaryman, broken system. You can check it out later in the info card above. But for now, just remember, this guy isn't living, he's enduring.
I wake up at 6, come home after midnight. My boss leaves after me. Dating? I don't even have time to buy groceries.
Work culture in Japan isn't just demanding, it's practically a religion. The word karoshi literally means death by overwork. And no, that's not a metaphor. It's on the evening news. When your job eats 14 hours a day and your only friend is a vending machine, dating isn't exactly a growth sector. Even when people do meet someone, Japan's marriage culture feels frozen in time. Women are expected to quit their jobs after having kids, while men are expected to never be home. Add Tokyo rent, endless overtime, and daycare that costs more than your salary, and suddenly, let's start a family sounds like the first line of a horror movie. And even for those who want a family, housing prices, job insecurity, and inflation make it feel impossible. You can't raise kids if you can't even afford your own rent. In Tokyo, the average single apartment is about the size of your bathroom. Raising a baby in 25 square meters? Good luck. Nursery spots are rarer than parking spaces, so most couples give up before they even start. Because in a city where silence is a virtue, there's literally no room for crying. But if you thought rent was the biggest problem, take a look at this. Dating itself has collapsed. Men feel intimidated. Women feel independent. No one feels compatible.
You don't meet people anymore. You just chat a bit, and it dies. Everyone's too tired to care.
Dating apps are full of ghosters, introverts, and overworked zombies. So instead of love stories, Japan is swiping its way into extinction. And even if you somehow build up the courage to rent a boyfriend or girlfriend for a day, yes, that's a real business. Contract rules strictly forbid any kind of intimacy that could, actually fix the birth rate. Japan has literally managed to turn romance into a subscription service, emotion included, babies excluded. Japan's younger generations watch their parents sacrifice everything for companies that thank them with a plaque and a pension. They don't want that life, so they choose freedom, no marriage, no kids, no ties. A quiet rebellion that looks a lot like loneliness. And then there are the parasite singles, adults in their 30s or 40s still living with their parents.
It's comfortable here. My parents cook, my laundry's done. Why would I move out just to struggle?
Freedom without responsibility, the most effective birth control method ever invented. Immigration? No thanks. While most aging nations fill the gap with newcomers, Japan's borders stay politely closed.
Japan values harmony. Our culture depends on maintaining social balance.
Translation: we're not ready for difference. So instead of people, the country imports technology, robots for caregiving, AI for companionship, and soon, maybe AI to remember what real human life felt like here. Japan isn't dying because it failed. It's dying because it succeeded too perfectly. A culture so efficient, so disciplined, so predictable that it forgot how to live chaotically enough to survive. Because sometimes it's the chaos, the mess, the noise, the unpredictability that keeps a nation alive. But before we dive into the critical question, how Japan could still turn this around, we need to understand the true scale of what's already been lost. Because those 7 problems we just uncovered aren't just statistics. They're lives. They're entire generations fading out in real time. So before we talk about solutions, let's look at the human cost. In Japan, loneliness isn't an accident, it's an epidemic.
I stopped going outside a year ago. People make me nervous. Online, I can just be quiet.
There's even a word for dying alone, kodokushi. It happens so often that cleaning companies specialize in it. Every year, tens of thousands of people pass away without anyone noticing for days, sometimes weeks. Their pensions keep coming in, their mail piles up, until a neighbor smells something. Drive 2 hours outside Tokyo, and you'll find entire towns left to nature, schools with empty desks, stores with signs that still say open. The only thing moving is the wind. Japan now has more than 8 million vacant homes, so many that the government is literally giving them away. Aging farmers tend silent fields, shrines crumble without visitors, and with every empty house, a little piece of Japan's collective memory disappears. To fill the silence, technology steps in. Robot dogs that bark when you speak. AI caretakers who call your name. Japan has become the world's first post-human society, where convenience replaces connection and touch has been outsourced to machines. It's futuristic and heartbreakingly lonely. Listen carefully. and you can hear it. The silence between train announcements, the missing laughter in playgrounds, the hum of vending machines where voices used to be. When a country loses its children, it doesn't just lose its future, it loses its sound. And here's the twist, Japan isn't alone on this path. Germany, Italy, South Korea, they're right behind. What we're seeing in Japan today might be the trailer for every modern nation tomorrow. Because maybe Japan isn't just a warning, it's a mirror. After everything you've seen, one question remains. Can Japan still be saved? Because right now, the world's most advanced society is trying to outdesign extinction. Here's how. When there aren't enough hands left to care for the old, Japan simply builds new ones. Meet Pepper, the polite humanoid that chats with elders. Paro, the robotic baby seal that wiggles when you pet it. And a whole generation of AI nurses built to lift, monitor, and comfort the elderly. They talk, they blink, they remember your schedule, and they never call in sick.
We don't build robots to replace people. We build them because there are no people left to do the job.
It sounds like science fiction, but in Japan, it's just another Tuesday. And for many seniors, that metallic voice is the only one they'll hear all week. When it comes to Japan's collapsing birth rate, the government decided to fight biology with economics. In other words, throw money at it. So began the Make More Babies plan. Cash bonuses, free daycare, longer parental leave. Entire cities now compete for young families, like startups chasing
They
investors.
gave me 500,000 yen when my son was born. That covers maybe diapers for a year. What I really need is time.
A one-time payment can't fix a lifetime of exhaustion. Japan isn't short on money, it's short on hope. After love stopped working, Japan did what it always does best. It automated it. Government-sponsored AI matchmaking pairs singles based on hobbies, data, even blood type. You fill out a form, the state picks your soulmate.
The app said we're 96% compatible.
Yeah, but we haven't met yet.
Efficient? Yes. Romantic? Not really. Because when dating collapses, Japan simply downloads an update. When there aren't enough workers left to power the economy, most countries open their doors. Japan cracked a window. Nurses from Vietnam, engineers from India, students from Nepal, quietly filling the gaps the locals no longer can.
I came here because Japan needs nurses. The patients are kind, but sometimes they look surprised I speak Japanese.
Most citizens still prefer closed borders, even as their care depends on newcomers. Change here doesn't march, it bows. With ghost towns spreading across the countryside, some places stopped waiting for Tokyo and started rebuilding themselves.
We can't wait for Tokyo to save us. We save ourselves, house by house.
Local governments offer free homes to anyone willing to move in and restore them. Old schools become co-living hubs. Elders teach farming to young arrivals. Artists move in rent-free to revive the streets. It's small, messy, and beautifully human. The one thing Japan forgot how to automate. Every fix so far treats symptoms, but maybe Japan's true comeback won't be about numbers, but about connection. Maybe the goal isn't to rewind to the baby boom, but to build a society that can age with dignity, where tech supports humanity instead of replacing it.
Everyone says Japan's dying. I think maybe it's just changing.
Because if any nation can turn crisis into craftsmanship, it's Japan. The same precision that built bullet trains and microchips might now rebuild something far more fragile: human connection. Maybe this isn't the end of Japan. Maybe it's just the beginning of its second act. In the end, Japan's story isn't a tragedy. It's a reminder that progress means nothing if we forget the people it was built for. Yes, Japan is shrinking, but it's also adapting, reinventing, quietly proving that even when a nation grows old, it can still find new ways to live. So learn from Japan, cherish your communities, protect your time, choose connection over convenience, because the real time bomb is forgetting what makes us human. If this story moved you, hit subscribe, and stay curious, because the next episode will take you somewhere new and show you why it sucks and how maybe we can fix it.